It's Tom Meyer, Superintendent, Bellevue Community School District, coming to you with this week's Believe in the Blue update. Glad to be back from holiday break and everything like that. A lot of stuff happening already this week. We've had some cold weather out there, and let you be some of the first to know we will have a late start to our school day on Thursday, tomorrow, January 4th, due to the cold weather. Just to let you know how that decision is made, area superintendents get together. We talk a little bit about what's going on. When it gets to be that 20, 25 below specifically with wind chill, that is our guideline that we have somewhat established to utilize that way. If it's a wind chill warning, we definitely will have a late start, and depending on how long that warning is in effect, that could impact school all day long at times. This one for Thursday is just a 2-hour late start that way, and there's no morning preschool with that. But on another note, here's some other things going on here. I want to let you know tomorrow night we still plan on having that wrestling meet. Our boys face Durant, North Cedar, and Northeast here at Bellevue High School. 5:30 start there. A bunch of different events going on. Boys have a great chance. Been doing a great job this year, Coach Rip and the boys. Bowling varsity meet at Maquoketa at Timber Lanes. Friday we play basketball. Our boys program and then our JV girls play at Regina that night. Our varsity girls played Regina earlier in the year and defeated them when they were ranked number 1 in the state, I believe it was, when their girls were. Saturday we have a robotics meet at DeWitt Central. We have a wrestling tournament at Goose Lake that way. And then on Monday, we have a home wrestling meet again, high school boys home wrestling meet versus Maquoketa Valley and Starmont, and that's here at Bellevue. And then next Tuesday, there's no basketball games. That's our bye week that way, so just so you're aware of that. But then next Friday, we have basketball at Comanche. Next Saturday, we have speech contest, district speech at Cascade. We have bowling at Clinton. Then we have a quad, or 4 games here against Mid Prairie and the Golden Hawks here at 1 o'clock that day, and then we have wrestling at MFL Marmac. So a lot of things going on there. In addition to that, we have a school board meeting Monday evening. You'll see the agenda online tomorrow. Going to talk about facilities, our community engagement meetings, not just the what to do at the elementary, but just facilities in general, some improvements for the summer like we always do this time of the year. Has some things on there about our Iowa School Report Card, and I'll have some of that information online as well at the board meeting time and the post-secondary readiness that way. So just a lot of things happening there. Just want to let you know that. I want to go to a book here called The Innovator's Mindset. This will be part of the board packet that I will also put online next week that way. But goes on to say, we need to move beyond the idea that an education is something that is provided for us and toward the idea that an education is something that we create for ourselves. That's by Stephen Downes in 2010. Goes on here, you maybe heard me talk about growth mindset and fixed mindset in the past. That growth mindset is where you're always growing, always learning, and always believing you can improve. Or the fixed mindset, to summarize, is kind of, this is where I'm at, this is where I'm going to be, I'm never going to be good at something no matter what I do. Well, Carol Dweck, a Stanford psychologist, wrote here one time in encouraging educators to introduce students to the concept of a growth mindset. She explains that teaching children the difference between a fixed and a growth mindset empowers them. Children being anywhere from 1 year old or younger all the way up to 90 years old or older. But they learn that trying new things, even if they initially fail, stretches and strengthens their minds. In a fixed mindset, students believe their basic abilities, their intelligence, their talents are just fixed traits. They have a certain amount, and that's that, and then their goal becomes to look smart all the time and never look dumb. In a growth mindset, on the other hand, students understand that their talents and abilities can be developed through effort, good teaching, and persistence, resiliency. They don't necessarily think everyone's the same or anyone can be Einstein, but they believe everyone can get smarter if they work at it. So just some things that way to think about. We want our students to be growing continually and always looking to grow. Behind me on the wall there, just put some new things up over break there. The top one right above my bald head there is purpose drives motivation. I think our students need to have purpose. Adults need to have purpose. If we have a purpose in what we're doing, we have that motivation, and that's very important, obviously. On the other hand over here, what is purpose? How do we engage students? Why do students come to school? And then a little bit further, we need to have a meaningful curriculum. It needs to be relevant. with engaged students. I think that answers some of those questions on the other part of the screen that I just talked about that way. We have to have that meaningful curriculum. We have to engage students. We have to find out what, in order to learn something, even as an adult, you have to have a purpose. What is my purpose for learning? What is my purpose for doing this? Purpose for doing this ultimately is to keep the community aware of what's going on as things we're talking about here in our district and what we're trying to build toward continually in that growth mindset phase. So anyway, we have to continue to show our passion, and we have to make sure that students' interests are met that way. Anyway, on that note, once again, we have a late start on Thursday. Hopefully the snow stays away over the weekend. Can we move on from there? If you have any questions, let me know. Remember also that we have no school on Monday, January 15th. That's Martin Luther King Day. That is a professional development day for our teachers that way, but there is no school on Monday, January 15th. And sooner or later, we'll be coming down to the conferences in March, early part of March 7th and 8th, I believe that is that way, so I'll let you know that. But come out and support our kids at district speech, at wrestling, at basketball, bowling, archery is having some meets coming up that way as well. A lot of just outstanding things happening with our students at all grade levels. The CAPS program at the elementary. Come out and see our kids. Come visit our school anytime. You're always welcome. Have a great day, everyone. I'll talk to you next week.